Welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's your boy Qwadjo. If this is the first time you're seeing this face on your screens, kindly subscribe, like, share, comment as well, because you know your comments are always welcome on this YouTube channel. You know, on this channel we only talk about developmental issues that are going to develop our continent, Africa. Those are the things that we talk about, because I have always said that I will not go with that fanciful notion which says that Africa can't do it, Africa can't manage its own affairs, Africa is poor. It is a big fallacy, because a continent full of natural resources, full of talent, shouldn't be considered as poor. But as usual, these few cartel of people by name greedy politicians do not know how to manage the affairs of our various countries, and that is why we are always been considered as poor. But look, a continent that has everything to be, rich in everything, due to greedy politicians that we have. These people amass wealth for themselves and their unborn generations, rather than amassing wealth for the people who voted for them, and that's why we are always been considered as poor. In my previous videos, I've made, videos concerning Dubai, and today there's something that I also want to talk about. This country that, I'm in for weeks now. There have been some positive things that I've seen about Dubai that I want to talk about today. Yes. It's better that we talk about things that are going to benefit our continent and our various countries in Africa, because this is a country where years ago it was a country that nobody was even talking about, nobody was even thinking of visiting, not to even talk of working over here, staying over here for a period of time, because it's a desert. It is something, their land is just not fertile, they don't have anything. But because of leadership today, everything has changed, and that is why we need to talk about this today. One of the things that I like about these people is impossibilities is a no thing over here. There's nothing called impossibility over here. Yes. It's something that blows mind when you see how they are, buildings, the system has been, or the country has been arranged in such a way that you might think their lands is, fertile, they have a good weather condition, a favorable weather condition, they have everything in place. But look, they had nothing. It was just oil that these people had, and today they've changed their calamities into fortunes. Yes, that is what they've done over here. There's nothing like impossibilities over here. On a normal day, on a desert, there's no way there should be trees, green trees and all that. But as I speak to you, every tree you see over here is green. They keep on watering it day in, day out. There's nothing like impossibility over here. This is a country that have been able to, construct a sea that is artificial. They've been able to construct the biggest man-made island, the Palm Jumeirah Island, in the entire world. This is a country where the tallest building is. There's nothing like impossibility when you arrive in Dubai. And that is one thing that I like about them so much. Way back in our African countries where we have everything in abundance, but it seems the word impossibility is what we are always thinking about. But over here, they have nothing. Their calamities has been turned into fortunes. And this is what African leaders need to learn. It is one thing that African leaders need to learn. We need to change that perception, that mentality that we can't do it. We can. Because Dubai, which is a desert, there is no river, or there was no river. We know how desert is. But today, it is the country that every human being, every rational human being wants to, visit. And that is what we need to think about. It is all about mentality. If we should change this mentality that we can do it as a group or as a people, and put off our negativity, our impossibility mindset, our greediness aside, we can do great things for ourselves as a people living in Africa. One thing that I like so much about these people is the citizens enjoy more than you, the non-citizen or the immigrant. You hardly see a person from Dubai, cleaning or being a security or doing something, a low-class job. No. Over here, they've been able to, make a system where immigrants are the ones working to feed the citizens. So you don't, as I said, you don't see citizens sweeping, doing all those little dirty works. No, although it pays, they don't do those things. You are only going to see their citizens at the immigration office at high positions. So they are being reverent over here. The citizens are, they are reverent over here. As compared to our home countries where foreigners dominate our own natural resources. Foreigners take control of our natural resources, our water bodies, everything that we have. No, over here, you are an immigrant and you are an immigrant forever. You don't become bigger than the citizen. You don't earn more than the citizen. But in Ghana, in African countries, foreigners come in and then they are the ones determining or dictating to the ordinary Ghanaian or the ordinary African. All because our leaders have given them that, privilege, that freedom to operate, and then they are the ones dictating for we the citizens in our own country. So we become slaves in our own country. Over here, it is a no thing. You don't see them even loitering around. They are reverent over here. And that is one thing that African leaders need to learn. Because you can't be living in a country, in a continent whereby you are a slave in your own country. You don't even enjoy your own natural resources in your country. Over here, no. They are the ones enjoying better than we, the immigrants, we those who are here to work. And that is the difference. So when you arrive, you see a clear difference between a citizen and then an immigrant. That is the big difference. One thing that I have also learned, or I have seen that I am so much impressed with, is their system. They've designed a system where immediately you arrive, they know you've arrived. Whatever you are doing over here, they know. They know you're in, you're out. They know everything that you are doing. Their system have been manufactured in such a way that you just can't wake up and then, just like it's happening in our various African countries, an immigrant, owning everything, an immigrant, being the boss of the country, an immigrant bribing people, bribing citizens, just to, it doesn't happen over here. You are an immigrant, they make sure you are seen as an immigrant. And that is one thing, they preserve their heritage, they preserve who they are. The system is really working. People just run to African countries and you can't even determine how they were able to even migrate from their countries to that African country. But over here, immediately you step in over here, they know you've arrived. They know your whereabouts. So you can't do anything and then you think you are just going to hide yourself somewhere and be doing all sort of negative stuffs over here, and then you think you go scot-free. You don't know your whereabouts. It is a nothing over here. They know where you are. They know your location. They know where exactly you are. So you come here and then you misbehave. You will be deported as early as possible because they know your whereabouts. They don't need years. They don't need months to locate you. They know your whereabouts. And that is the system that is working over here. That is one thing that I like about them so much. So you respect their rules, you respect their way of living, their culture, their everything, their do's and don'ts, their norms, their taboos, their tradition. Else you will be deported. It is a must over here. And that is the difference. That is the difference between this country Dubai, and then Ghana or any other African country apart from Rwanda. Because I know Rwanda also have a system like this where when you enter into the country, everything freezes. You have to go and register yourself as a citizen. And that is the difference. So apart from Rwanda, that I can, hit my chest and say that they are also having a system like this. Apart from them, the rest of the 54 African countries, none is having such, a system which is functioning like this. That is the kind of system we want in our various African countries. One thing that I have also, liked about these people is their roads. To be frank with you, they plan for years, they plan for decades, they are planning for centuries. These people are not planning for just today. They are not planning for just a decade, 2 decades and all that. No, they plan for, in fact, centuries. So, as I said, their roads, they don't have a single lane over here. Now, neither do they have double carriage roads. They have 3, 4, 5, even up to 8 lanes. 8 over here, 8 over there. So 16. They are planning for generations. They are generational thinkers. It is one thing I liked about them. They are generational thinkers. They plan for unborn generations. They plan for decades ahead of them. As compared to our various countries in Africa where politicians plan only for the next election. So they wait when election is approaching. They come and then construct, roads, feeble roads. They come and construct or establish businesses or factories that do not have raw materials. It doesn't happen over here. They are planning for unborn generations. They are generational thinkers. So you hardly see, traffic over here. You hardly see water not flowing through our taps. You hardly see light going off. It has never happened since I arrived here. And it's because these people have planned for even people who are not born, unborn generations. They are generational thinkers. And this is what our African leaders also need to do. Let's start thinking about our unborn generation, start planning for them rather than planning for the next election. Until we start planning or we have a developmental plan where we are planning for unborn generations, Africa can never develop, and it is a fact. Because when you plan for the next election and the election is over, what next? But when you plan for the unborn generation, when you have developmental plans that we are following, no politician, no political party will come into power and then will divert. No, they will follow that national developmental plan. And that is what is happening here. They have a developmental plan. They are generational thinkers. They are planning for, unborn generations. The roads over here, cars are not even able to use them because the cars are even few. They are fewer than the roads. The roads are just there and cars are not even using them. And that is the kind of mentality that we Africans need to have. It is the kind of mentality that our leaders in our various heads or in our various countries need to learn. Let's have a generational plan.